I couldn't hold on any longer. I couldn't reach on. I fell. I did not lose consciousness. I literally prayed for losing consciousness so that I would wake up and think it was all a dream.
You've learned about fall protection for low slope roofs. OSHA has fall protection requirements for steep slope roofing work as well.
You'll remember that a steep slope roof has a slope greater than 4 in 12. There are several fall protection options. You can use personal fall arrest systems, or PFAs, safety nets, or guardrail systems. Let's start with guardrails. If a guardrail is used on a steep slope roof, it must have toe boards. Otherwise, the requirements for guardrails are the same as those for low slope roof installations. Generally, guardrails are made from vertical posts and horizontal rails or sturdy wire cables. Guardrails must have a top rail height of between 39 inches and 45 inches above the working surface. To comply with OSHA regulations, mid-rails must be installed halfway between the top rail and the walking or working surface.
You'll recognize this from part 3 of this program. It's one of the most common types of fall protection used on steep slope roofs, a personal fall arrest system, or PFA. It's a major ingredient in any fall protection safety recipe. A PFA utilizes an anchor, connectors, and a body harness. This system also includes a lanyard, lifeline, and deceleration device. A deceleration device limits force on a fall victim's body by slowing his descent.
Check out the workbook for this program for more details.
Okay, let's move on.
When someone wearing a PFA falls, the act of stopping can spread the falling forces into his body, which could cause injury. A body harness distributes fall arrest forces across the body, minimizing the chances of an injury. On a steep slope roof, you must also be able to determine the calculated clearance for PFA systems. Remember that calculated clearance is the minimum height at which a personal fall arrest system, or PFA, will safely stop a fall. OSHA requires that a PFA not allow a worker to free fall more than 6 feet or come into contact with any lower level. As you learned earlier, safety nets are not used on many roof installations. However, they are sometimes used as fall protection during high-rise construction. When they are used for roofing work, they must be installed as close as possible to the working surface. The farther down the net is placed, the further out it must extend to stop a fall. A safety net must be durable, capable of absorbing forces from a 400-pound drop test with a border rope having a minimum breaking strength of 5,000 pounds. There is another option for fall protection on steep slope residential roof installations. A roofing contractor can develop and implement a fall protection plan that reduces or eliminates fall hazards when conventional fall protection is infeasible or actually creates a greater hazard.
The fall protection plan must be written and address the following 10 OSHA requirements. First, the plan must be prepared by a qualified person, be up to date, and developed specifically for the job site. Second, if the plan must change, it must be approved by a qualified person. A copy of the plan must be maintained at the job site. A competent person must supervise the execution of the plan. The plan must document the reasons why conventional fall protection is impractical or creates more serious hazards. And it needs to provide measures to eliminate fall hazards for workers not protected by conventional fall protection. Any locations where conventional fall protection can't be used must be identified and classified as a controlled access zone. If there is no other fall protection in place, the roofing contractor must implement a safety monitoring system. Workers in the controlled access zone established by the plan must be identified by name in the plan. No other workers may enter the controlled access zone. If there is a serious fall or incident at the job site, the roofing contractor must investigate and determine if the plan should be revised.
Another option is available in Michigan in certain situations. On dwellings constructed with traditional wood framing materials and methods, if the roofing contractor determines that conventional fall protection is infeasible or creates a greater hazard and implements a written site-specific fall protection plan.
Workers may be protected by slide guards if the ground to eave height is less than 18 feet and the slope does not exceed 6 and 12. When a roof meets these requirements, the fall protection plan may be a more simple checklist. Please refer to the accompanying materials in this program.
Earlier in this program, you became familiar with special considerations for fall protection for low-slope roofs.
Some of the same considerations apply to steep slope roof installations. OSHA considers hoist areas, holes, and skylights serious potential hazards. Guardrails or PFA systems must be used by workers at hoist areas that are 6 feet or more above the ground or lower level.
Uh-oh, here's a problem. He's missing a key ingredient.
Yes, the missing ingredient is a personal fall arrest system. If a worker needs to lean out to guide materials, he must be wearing a PFA. Holes and skylights are another potential hazard. OSHA requires workers to be protected from falling into holes or skylights. Roofing contractors are responsible for covering holes and skylights with covers, surrounding them with guardrails, or making sure workers use PFAs. Also, people below must be protected from objects that could fall through holes or skylights. Covers must be sturdy, securely fastened, and clearly marked with the word hole or cover.
New innovative technology can present additional fall protection challenges on steep slope roofs also. Photovoltaic roof systems generate electricity and introduce some unique issues to roofing contractors installing or maintaining this type of roof system on steep slope roofs. For example, photovoltaic systems may be installed in a way that restricts roof access by, say, covering a majority of roof surface with photovoltaic components. Fall protection methods may be restricted if, for example, suitable anchor points cannot be readily accessed or PFA system lifelines get caught on photovoltaic system supports or conduits.
You've reached the end of part 4. There's one more section to go.
Before we move on, though, let's briefly review. You learned about OSHA's fall protection options for steep slope roofing work. Those options include guardrails with toe boards, safety nets, and personal fall arrest systems, PFAs. You also became familiar with the steps required to create a residential fall protection plan to eliminate hazards when conventional fall protection can't be used. You also checked out areas on a steep slope roof that OSHA classifies as special considerations, areas around hoist and potential hazards like holes and skylights.
You're ready to move on to part 5.
That's where you're going to learn about rescue operations.
See you there.